Yeah, Somké and the Fire Five. We're gonna start things off at the OG yard as always. You see it. We got Venom versus Black Ice. This is a boxing match between two game fighters. Both of these guys going heads up from the start to the finish. But pacing is a must, and just like pacing is a must, cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio is key. We say it every week. But nonetheless, man, we had a firefight. Both of these guys possessing heavy hands. These guys loaded up on the power, and they weren't scared to trade shots. Uh, a lot of respect shared between these two, and we ended up with a beautiful TKO. Street Beefs, OG Yard, Venom versus Black Ice, firefight. Yeah, moving along to Street Beef Scrapyard. You see it. We got a night fight kickboxing match between Chop and versus Redneck. This was a great fight. Like I said, it's a night fight. I believe it was raining, so they had to deal with the elements, and it didn't matter. I mean, we got heavy pressure from the very beginning, concrete punches to set the tone. Great mix of high and low kicks. We saw a nice use of movement and range control, but we say it all the time, pacing is a must and cardio is key. Nonetheless, we got a firefight. Street Beef Scrapyard, Chop versus Redneck. And we're moving along. You see it, Street Beef's West Coast. We got two heavy hitters, heavyweight big boy action right here. This is a boxing match between Kong versus Baby Broly. These guys both showing great sportsmanship. We got a lot of calculated striking between these two. These guys were going punch for punch. We had the height and reach disadvantage or advantage, depending on how you look at it. Made for a very interesting fight. Uh, Fire shots being thrown between these two. Pretty close match and a firefight. And luckily, no buildings were destroyed in this fight. Thank God, no buildings were destroyed. Kong versus Baby Broly, Street Beefs West Coast, firefight. Yeah, we just hitting them back to back with the firefights. We're back at Street Beef Scrapyard, and you see it. We got a boxing title match between King Kai and some Weeb in red. Man, two big names, two highly skilled fighters here. And these guys did not disappoint. We had a title match, super technical, stellar defense. We see some fire counters all throughout this fight. Impressive use of pressure, great exchanges, and we see the exchange of momentum back and forth. And it made for a great match. Street Beef Scrapyard, King Kai versus some Weave in Red, firefight. And we're going to end things off at the West Coast. You heard Buddy V mention this guy earlier. This is El Bandido versus Crybaby in a boxing match. And another fire fight. Both of these guys were technical fighters. Both of these guys were establishing their power early on in the fight. Uh, Neither one of these guys were backing down. We see the fight for dominance. I mean, these guys were just two dogs in there, and no quit between these guys. We saw the clash of styles, and it made for just a firefight through and through. Street Beefs West Coast, El Bandito versus Crybaby, Somké and the Fire Five.
Fire!
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah.